If most bears are cute little plushes you cuddle at night, well, some would rather haunt your nightmares. And today, we will talk about the latter. Freddy Fazbear and his friends are everything but kid-friendly for the pleasure of horror game fans. I'm Caboose with the Leaderboard, and today, we're gonna go over the story of Five Nights at Freddy's in less than 15 minutes. The original Five Nights at Freddy's follows the adventures of Mike Schmidt, a night security officer at a family pizza restaurant called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. The restaurant is already a bit weird, with its 4 animatronic characters, Freddy Fazbear, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. The creepiest part though comes at night when the animatronics come to life. If they encounter a human, they'll think it's a metal endoskeleton. It would stuff it back into a Freddy Fazbear suit, killing the human in the process. Mike's goal is to survive the night in his small office with only a very limited amount of electricity to check the security cameras and power on the doors and light. Throughout the game, we discover a bit more about the story of this creepy pizza restaurant. The animatronics used to roam around the restaurant during the day until a terrible accident. Sometime in 1987, one of the animatronics bit a client, causing them to lose their frontal lobe. Following that accident, the animatronics are not allowed to roam about freely during the day, but the animatronics need to move so their servo motors don't get locked up, so they instead wander about at night. But the biggest accident that happened at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza isn't the bite of 87. One day, a man wearing one of the animatronic suits lured 5 children into a back room and killed them. That man was arrested, but the bodies were never found. Later, the animatronics began to smell like rotten corpses, with bloodstains and mucus leaking from their eyes and mouths as if the children's bodies were stuffed inside the animatronics. What a joyful game.
Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, a magical place for kids and grown-ups alike, where fantasy and fun come to life.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is a prequel to the first game. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is in a different location, and the night security guard is not Mike, but Jeremy Fitzgerald. The restaurant has new animatronics with special facial recognition software and access to a criminal database to protect the children from potential harm. Nothing bad can happen now, right? But the animatronics are not properly programmed for the night, and they seek out the nearest source of noise, namely Jeremy's office. And just like in the first game, if they meet a human after the restaurant is closed, they will stuff them into a Freddy Fazbear suit that is pretty deadly for any human. Jeremy manages to survive the night shift, but things don't go as well for the restaurant during the day. As the game progresses, the pizza restaurant is subject to a police investigation. Someone tampered with the animatronics, making them behave aggressively towards adults. Most of the lore is revealed through 8-bit minigames that appear whenever the player dies. It seems that a mysterious purple guy killed a bunch of children in the restaurant. On the 5th night, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is put under lockdown so no one can enter or leave the restaurant. Jeremy is promoted to a daytime shift and receives his final paycheck. He has to work the next day at a birthday party, which is supposedly when the infamous accident of the Bite of 87 takes place. Whether it is Jeremy who lost his frontal lobe or someone else is not revealed. One day later, the restaurant is shut down. Someone used a spare yellow suit and some of the animatronics malfunctioned. The newest animatronics are scrapped, while the oldest ones are saved for when the restaurant reopens. And as this game is a prequel to the first one, these older animatronics are the ones we meet as Mike Schmidt. Five Nights at Freddy's 3 picks up the story 30 years after the events of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. These awful events became urban legends, and the owners of Fazbear's Fright, the horror attraction, intend on making money scaring their clients with an experience as authentic as possible. This museum collects everything related to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, like a hand from Toy Bonnie, a hook from Foxy, until one day they find an animatronic named Springtrap. Fazbear's Fright will open to the public in 1 week, and we play a security employee who needs to watch over the facility during the night. But Springtrap isn't like the animatronics we met in the previous game. He is faster, smarter, and way more dangerous than any other animatronic. Springtrap was designed as both an animatronic and costume humans could wear for the show. But a design flaw causes the springs holding the costume together to come undone, killing anyone wearing the costume. The minigames are back, shedding more light on the game's story. Purple Guy, the man who killed the children in the pizzeria, is back. The ghosts of the children corner him in the restaurant's back room. Purple Guy wears Springtrap's costume to trick them, but the springs break and crush him to death. The ghosts fade away, while Purple Guy's remains seem trapped in the animatronic. Five Nights at Freddy's has 3 endings, depending on whether the player has completed all of the minigames or not. The good ending shows the heads of the 4 main mascots with their eyes unlit. The bad ending resembles the good ending, but with the eyes all lit up and a 5th animatronic head on the table. The neutral ending shows a newspaper clipping about a fire that broke out at the Fazbear's Fright attraction soon after the game ends. Some items were salvaged and will be sold at a public auction. There's also a secret ending where the children trapped in the animatronics costumes are at a birthday party. Their souls eventually escape the suits, and all is well. Five Nights at Freddy's 4 takes place before all the previous games, in 1983. This time, we don't play as a security guard facing deadly animatronics, but as a child terrified by his neighborhood pizzeria. The child spends the entire game in their home, only armed with a flashlight to face their nightmares inhabited by animatronics. Through the minigames, we learn that this terrified kid was bullied during his own birthday party. A group of bullies wearing animatronic masks, including the boy's older brother, terrorize him. The bullies place the child's head inside Freddy's mouth at Fredbear's family diner. The kid's tears activated the animatronic's spring lock system, forcefully closing Freddy's mouth and crushing the boy's head. The child ends up in a black room surrounded by his plush toys. They talk to the boy, saying they are sorry and they will put him back together. Then everything turns black, with only the sound of a heart monitor flatlining, implying that the boy is dead. This accident led to the closing of Fredbear's family diner, which sold its animatronics to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza prior to the events of the game. Five Nights at Freddy's sister location happens after the closing of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Its owner, William Afton, decides to open his own line of animatronics, but little did we know that William Afton was the purple guy from the previous games, and his animatronics are designed to kidnap and kill children. Ballera is a distraction, Funtime Foxy mimics parents' voices, Bon Bon is a parent tracking device, Circus Baby lures children with ice cream, and Funtime Freddy handles the killing. William Afton opens Circus Baby's entertainment and rental, an underground facility and sister location to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, to rent his animatronics for his birthday parties. His son, Michael, is in charge of security. Michael gets instructions from the AI assistant called Hand Unit, which gives him his daily task.
Okay, let's start with your nightly chores. You should check on Ballora and make sure she's on her stage, but whatever.
As usual, we need to die to get more information about the game's backstory. In one of the post-death minigames, William Afton's daughter wants to play with Circus Baby. The animatronic kills the girl and pulls her body inside its stomach. One day, Michael meets Circus Baby, who appears to be sentient. The animatronics warn him that he shouldn't follow Hand Unit's instructions, otherwise he will get killed by Ballera. The animatronics have their own free will and want to escape the facility. They pretend to be malfunctioning so they can be sent to the scooping room and have their endoskeletons removed. They then merge their endoskeletons to create one huge hybrid animatronic called Ennard. Depending on the ending, Michael either manages to escape or gets scooped. Ennard then disguises itself in Michael's leftover human skin and escapes the facility.
The scooper only hurts for a moment.
In Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator, our goal is not to check its security cameras, but to run a successful pizzeria. Easy, right? Well, not exactly. After each day, we find an animatronic in the alley. We have the option to either salvage it or throw it back in the alley. There are 4 animatronics: Scrap Baby, which is Circus Baby possessed with William Afton's daughter, Molten Freddy, the remains of Ennard with Funtime Freddy as its primary head, Lefty, a mysterious black bear animatronic, and Springtrap, the worn-out Spring Bonnie costume which contains the undead body of William Afton. And of course, these animatronics want to kill us every night. Our goal is to salvage them all before getting killed. Throughout the game, a mysterious cassette man helps us understand what we need to do. After Saturday, we discover that this cassette man is Henry Emily, the co-founder of Fazbear alongside William Afton. Henry's daughter was the first victim of Afton's killing spree, and he decided to trap the 4 animatronics inside the facility to burn them all and free the trapped spirits. Henry stays inside the burning building to die with the animatronics. The main character also decides to stay and die in the fire. It turns out we were playing as Michael Afton once again. Michael didn't die after his encounter with Ennard, or rather he was brought back to life by the Scooper, also known as the scalpable creation of ulterior presence, but now he is dead, or at least we hope so. Ultimate Custom Night is a kind of purgatory where the main character is tortured every night by a mashup of 50 different animatronics. There are two main theories for this game. One states that the main character is William Afton, who is being tortured by the children he killed in the previous games. The other theory is that we play as Michael Afton, the main character from the previous games. Michael, who was known as Mike Schmidt in the first game, would also be the older brother who bullied the boy from Five Nights at Freddy's 4. His younger brother died because Mike forcefully put the boy's head in Freddy's mouth, who crushed him to death. The boy would now be torturing his brother in the afterlife for killing him. If the previous games weren't scary enough for you, Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted goes one step further by being played on virtual reality headsets. The story is set sometime after Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Fazbear Entertainment has a pretty terrible reputation, so the company commissioned the Freddy Fazbear Virtual Experience, a virtual reality game based on the legends surrounding the pizzeria's animatronics. Throughout the game, we find cassette tapes with recordings from the developers of this VR experience. They reveal that the developers were sent parts from the old animatronics to help with the game's development, but one of the circuit boards contained a virus that added an unwanted character to the game called Glitch Trap.
I saw it for the first time today. There was a character I couldn't make out who it was, standing at the end of the hall. I thought it was just bugged out, so I made a note of it and kept playing. But then it was looking in the window, and not like Chica or Bonnie would. It was like it was actually looking in the window, seeing what I was doing.
One of the employees from this development studio, named Jeremy, finds out about this anomaly. It highly disturbed him until an unknown accident involving Jeremy happened. The company faced a lawsuit and had to stop the development. The only way to stop the anomaly is to allow it to show up and perform a hard reset on the game. A second company takes over the development. We play as a beta tester for this new company and have to find a way for the anomaly to manifest. We eventually meet Glitch Trap, who tries to possess us to escape the game. It is later revealed that Glitch Trap is none other than William Afton's spirit, who wants to merge with us. The anomaly came from the circuit board from Scrap Trap, who was possessed by Afton. The final canon game of the series so far is Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. The game takes place in Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex, a large shopping mall with animatronic mascots Glamrock Freddy Fazbear, Glamrock Chica, Montgomery Gator, and Roxy Wolf. As the animatronics are performing, Freddy shuts down and collapses on stage. When Freddy awakens, he realizes a boy named Gregory is hiding inside his stomach. The mall closes for the night, and Vanessa, the mall security guard, orders all animatronics to look for Gregory.
Shh! Will you shut up?
Who said that?
I did. And down here.
Down where? I still do not see you.
Okay, listen. You were sleeping, so I opened the stomach hatch and climbed inside.
My stomach hatch? That place is reserved for oversized birthday cakes and piñatas. It is not a safe play area.
Freddy helps Gregory hide for a while, but Vanessa eventually catches the boy and locks him in a lost and found room. But Gregory isn't safe in this room, as a woman in the rabbit costume named Vanny tries to get him. Gregory escapes once again and finds Freddy as he is interrogated by Vanessa. The security guard says that there is no record of Gregory in the mall database. The only mention of the boy she found out about was through Freddy. Vanessa leaves and Gregory frees Freddy. The boy fights various animatronics and takes their parts to enhance Freddy. The mall opens at 6 a.m. Vanessa broadcasts a message prompting Gregory to meet her for a reward. If the boy leaves through the main entrance, he is revealed to be homeless and goes back to living in his cardboard box. Vanny eventually finds him later in the night. Gregory can also leave the mall through the loading dock with Freddy. The two of them escape, and Freddy is replaced with Montgomery Gator and Glamrock Mr. Hippo. Gregory has the option to track down Vanny. He hits a button ordering robots to disassemble the animatronic. Freddy is critically damaged and shuts down. Gregory and Freddy can also burn down the mall. Vanny confronts them on the roof. Freddy tackles the rabbit off the roof, falling down with Vanny's costume. It turns out it was Vanessa wearing the costume all along. I mean, Who could have guessed that? The security guard escapes and we don't know what becomes of her. If Gregory doesn't destroy Vanny, Vanessa gets out of the suit and joins the boy and Freddy as they escape from the mall. And there you have it. Thank you very much for watching this video. Which animatronic from Five Nights at Freddy's do you think is the creepiest? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the Leaderboard for more gaming content every single week. I've been Caboose with the Leaderboard, and we'll see you next time.